Hi there, you're watching Great Lakes Now. I'm Anna Seisling, a producer with the program, and joining me now is Amy Sacca. She's a photographer and writer, and Amy was featured in our Angling for Ice segment. Amy, it's really good to see you again, and I know that you've been sort of continuing to document life around the Great Lakes. So tell us a little bit about what you've been up to.
Yeah, so it has been such an amazing journey. I documented diminishing ice cover on all five of the Great Lakes, and boy, was it an adventure. And I started to really see the beauty in my backyard. And so lately, I've been doing a project very close to home in Detroit on Belle Isle.
All right. So Belle Isle, also coincidentally, sort of in my backyard as well, since I also live in Detroit. Amy, what's going on at Belle Isle? What do you got cooking up over there?
So I have been photographing a lot of the natural beauty on the island. And one of the things that I've been doing recently is I have been putting notebooks in geocaches. And so there's this wonderful box on Belle Isle where I've left a notebook and I have a simple instruction, which is to write a love letter to Belle Isle. And I've been doing this for about 3 months now, and I've collected over 200 letters. It's just been amazing.
Awesome. So to backtrack for just a second, for folks who maybe have never heard of a geocache, can you explain what that is? And then, of course, I want to ask you about these letters.
Sure. So these geocaches are usually boxes that are hidden sometimes on trails in national or state parks. And you go to the box and you usually take something and you leave something. So in this case, I've left a notebook and asked people to write a love letter.
As somebody who also goes to the park, and I think also people all over the region can relate to this, going to your local sort of Great Lakes park, you see so many different kinds of people having so many different kinds of experiences in this one shared place. So it's like there's this awesome sort of through line that everybody's at the same place, but coming to it in so many different ways and doing so many things when they're there. And I imagine that's probably reflected in these letters, right? Like what are you getting? What are you hearing from people?
Oh, it is unbelievable. The things that people have said in these notes. I mean, a big through line is the solace that people have experienced on the island, going there to reflect, going there to relax. Sometimes they talk about the recreation. It's truly amazing the amount of activities that people can do in these parks, and you really see that reflected in these lovely letters that people have written.
So, Amy, what do you plan on doing with all these letters? How much longer are you going to keep the notebook out there, compiling them? And do you have any sort of plan of like an exhibition or just anything that you'll do to sort of showcase all of these submissions that you've been getting?
Oh, well, I am so excited to continue this project, hopefully for another 2 seasons. I'd like to do it for a full year, if not more, because one of the things I've noticed in the notes is that people will talk about the various things that are happening in each season. They'll call out things in nature that they're noticing. And so, what I would love to do at the end of this is I would love to have a big exhibition where I showcase the photos that I've taken on Belle Isle for 10 years now. And then also have the notes on hand that people can read. And also, pie in the sky would be to have people reading them out loud during the exhibition. It's kind of this really interesting thing that I've discovered that these notes create this transitory community of people who all love the same thing. It's been really wonderful.
I love that. Cool. And I imagine too, as somebody who also, like I have said, goes to the island, I noticed that there are a lot of people kind of doing creative, sort of rogue art projects around the island in different ways. Is that something that you've also been kind of coming across as the artistic community that really loves and utilizes the island?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, one of the things that I discovered is that the box was actually created by another artist by the name of Bird Chow. And I just met him recently.
Oh,
We
wow.
had a coffee together, and I'm hoping that we can have a collaboration around this project.
Very cool. All right. Well, Amy Sacca, photographer and writer, so grateful to have you on to touch base with you to hear about your newest project documenting these letters at Detroit's Belle Isle Park. I'm Anna Seisling, producer with Great Lakes Now. Thanks for tuning in for a web update about what's been going on with Amy Sacca since the Angling for Ice segment.
Thank you so much, Anna.
At Great Lakes Now, we aim to cover the Great Lakes region and the people who live here, like you. Please follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our newsletter at greatlakesnow.org.